is the largest sand island in the world and has an abundance of fresh, crystal clear water and beautiful rainforests. This island is truly a natural paradise.
We've just travelled 340 kilometres from the Gold Coast up to Inskip. Now we have to let our ties down here to go across on the barge. This is one way you can go to Fraser Island. We'll be going this way today, but when we come back on our return trip, we're going to go over to Kingfisher Bay and go through Harvey Bay.
Right, here we go again, letting the tyres down again for another trip on the beach. Heading up to Fraser Island, just up the road here, just get on the barge and away we go. So it should be 30 seconds and we'll be done.
It's important to let the tyres down to 18 pound because you won't get on the barge because the sand is so soft. Permits and your barge, you can buy them online or you can buy them at your
shop?
Yeah,
you can do them online. You can do the barge tickets on the barge, but our office in town does all the permits you need, the barge ticket, the whole lot, just in one office.
So how long's that been going now?
We've had that open for about three years or so, I suppose. Yeah, just when you come into town, first building on the left-hand side, stop in there, and they do the whole lot for you there and then. Or you can ring up and do it prior and just pick it up on the way through.
Do it on the internet?
Yep, do it on the internet, or give the girls in the office a call. Yep. And just call in there on the way through and they'll have it all ready for you. Pick it up and come straight down the barge.
And the barge goes, what, every quarter of an hour or on demand?
More or less, yeah. It runs on demand, but most of the time it's every sort of 15 minutes or so. Just when it's busy, we go flat out. When it's quieter, we just take it a bit easy.
And the last barge? 5:30
we go home. So we tell people to try and back by 5 o'clock, but we are here till 5:30.
The barge drops us off at Hook Point, the southern end of the island. These barges are forward drive on and forward drive off, which is great, especially if you're towing a trailer or caravan. If possible, choose to arrive on a low tide, as high tides can be quite a challenge. On a high tide, the inland track straight ahead is the only alternative and is extremely rough with large potholes.
We've just driven off the Manta Ray. Of course the tide was very high. We've gone in the inland road which takes to Yorong. But the road is very, very rough. Nearly as rough as Cape York. That's the only option you've got if the tide's so high. But once it's low you can go around the other way. But we've gone that way just to show you how rough it can be if you travel that way. When you get off the barge there's 4 main towns. The first one is Yorong. The second one is Happy Valley, which is just before the Mahino wreck. Third place is Cathedral, and your last destination is Orchid Beach. Now all these towns have fuel, food and accommodation.
And over the next 4 days, we will travel north as we discover Fraser. There are no sealed roads, so four-wheel drive vehicles are necessary to navigate the island. Ideally, when scouting for a campsite, look for a small freshwater stream.
Well, we just come off the Manta Ray barge, drove up the beach for a while, found a beautiful camping spot here, close to a really nice freshwater creek. We come on an off-peak time of the year, so there's plenty of places to camp. We're not far from Yorong, we're just north of Yorong, so if you want any supplies, it's not that far to go.
What are we doing over here?
Well, tonight, mate, we're going to have something simple. A seafood platter and a nice fruit platter too. What I'm cooking, the specialty tonight is butter garlic scallops.
They smell alright.
They smell beautiful. They'll just take a while to cook, but I thought we'd just have something different today. Cheers, mate. It's going to be a nice tea tonight. Couldn't get anything local than this. All fresh.
Beautiful. Excellent. Let's do it then.
Go get your plate. We're just coming up to a lot of rocks, they call them coffee rocks. At high tide you can't go around them. So there's a bypass that goes over the top of the mountain range there, but it's low enough for us to go around. On this trip we're going to show you from one end of the island to the other, from Inskip Barge right to Sandy Cape. When you're driving along the beach there's limited speed zones. We're just going past one that was 80 kilometre zones, and if you do any more there's radars up here too. Police are everywhere, so it pays not to be speeding on the beach. The beach is designed like a proper highway, so you've got to abide by the rules. When you drive along the beach there's certain places where it's 40 kilometre zones. The reason is because planes actually use this to land. They drop customers off to get on the buses and they go to their destinations. Taxis are there waiting for them too. So you've got to give way to the planes as they're flying in.
Happy Valley sounds like a good place to start the day. Happy Valley has a resort with shopping and fuel, but we don't stop as we decide to head for Eli Creek, which is the largest freshwater stream on the east coast of the island. There is about 100 metres of soft sand to get to this popular swimming paradise.
Eli Creek's so popular, look at all the backpackers here today. Must be well over 100 enjoying it. A nice beautiful sunny day, water's fresh, clear, but it's cold. But most of these are from England, so this wouldn't be cold for them at all.
You can just float down the stream, a totally natural and free water park ride, and what a setting. Still heading north, crossing Eli Creek is necessary and can be dangerous on high tide. Walk it first before driving across. We were fortunate as it was low tide, so we had no worries.
We're just going to drop into Eli Creek and show you what it's like. Usually at high tide, it's a massive big creek and you can't cross it at high tide, but at the moment it's just flowing, but we can still go across it because it's not that deep. You just got to pick your spots.
We're pulling up narrow.
Back on the beach to the Mahino wreck. This ship was run aground during a cyclone back in 1935. She was heading for Japan and the wrecking yards, but fate stepped in, and here she stands. We were advised this wreck is not safe to climb over. Seems this beautiful but awesome lady is still defying man's intentions even today. But she does seem to enjoy her fame and doesn't mind to have her photo taken. We leave the Mahino and head for the Pinnacles and Cathedral Sands to explore the coloured sands and cliffs. There are supposedly 70 different varieties of colours in these sands.
We're just coming up to Indian Head now. Now this crossing here is probably the most difficult crossing on Fraser Island. So you just got to pick the right gear and the right forward drive. We'll be going in high 4 because it's easy to get through. If you're going low 4, you're just going to chop it up and get bogged. And you don't want to do that. We're just on a track now which goes to Orchid Beach. Now Orchid Beach is the last place you can buy fuel and food. So it's a one-way track, probably a couple of kilometres. They put a lot of rubber mats along here now because some of these areas are very chopped up in the holiday season. So this makes it easy for you to travel through it.
Guys, do when you drop off here?
We just left Orchid Beach now. Now we're going as far as we can, which is called Sandy Cape. It's the furthest northernest part of Fraser Island. If you do travel up towards Sandy Cape, always take a few cars with you because it's very remote, so you need someone just in case you get into difficulty. But not many tourists come up this way, mainly just fishermen, because it's a really good spot to go fishing. Well, there's rocks in front of me now. So this will be impassable at high tide.
We've got to pass Orange Creek first, I haven't seen that yet. Sorry, take that back, Marty says we might have seen it already.
Not many people go past this point because the rocks scare them, especially at high tide. As we come around the corner, the sea's actually calmed right down. There's no wind, but there's massive big sand dunes, and this is where probably where the sea turtles come in to lay their eggs, amongst all these big sand dunes. And there's a beautiful camping spot right at the top here, as you can see as we went past. Very calm here too.
We've had a great time. Hope you've enjoyed discovering some of beautiful Fraser Island with us. And remember it when you next ask, where can we go?